Steve, the Viking Foster. I just thought I'd come and ask you, get your take on some of the big fights that are coming up over the next few weeks and months. And we've got one next week, which is perhaps arguably everyone's favourite fighter in Manny Pacquiao against arguably everyone's most hated fighter in Adrien Broner.
Oh, well, everyone's favourite is Manny. You know, it's just a shame he didn't deliver against Floyd. But this fight against Broner, I think it's the last hurrah for probably both of them, really. I mean, I want Manny to get out of the game, you know, with all his marbles kind of thing.
Well, you're 40 years old now?
Yeah, he's 40 years old now. And, I think the thing with Broner, again, he's got a double identity. He wants to be Floyd Mayweather, he wants to be this, that and the other. And when you come in boxing, you've got to really dig deep and find yourself. And you can't find yourself. It's this alter ego who's in you, which is Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. He can't really deliver. And it's a shame with these fighters who are like that. You know, there's several fighters like that, which we'll mention as the interview goes on. So I'm going to trip Manny Pacquiao with this. You know, I don't think he'll stop Broner because he's a tough kid, but I'm just going to go for Manny Pacquiao on this one.
Yeah, I think that's all right. Another big fight that's just been announced. A lot of British interest in James Degale against Chris Eubank Jr. Again
for these two fighters, you know, it's a shame for me with Chris Eubank Jr. I had a lot of ambition for that lad. You know, I thought he might have gone a long way because he's somewhere in him. There's a world champion, believe me. But again, it's got that double identity, this alter ego. He thinks he walks around like his dad, he struts like his dad, and he wants to find his own identity. And I swear to God, Ronnie Davies is one of the best trainers around, and I'm surprised Ronnie's not. You know, said, listen, you're Chris Eubank Jr. You're not your father. Forget about that. You've made your money on that. Let's see the real Chris Eubank Jr. Because there is definitely a world champion in that kid.
Do you think super middleweight is his weight?
No, I don't. He's definitely a middleweight. Definitely a middleweight, 100%. He's going where the money is, and again for James, this is his last hurrah. I mean, for the pair of them, where are they going to go if one of them loses?
Well, you know, this is strange because Degale relinquished his IBF title for bigger fights.
Yeah.
And now he's fighting Chris Eubank, who's got no title.
Exactly. But it's a money fight, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a money fight. Like I said, I'm gonna go for James on this fight because he's the bigger man. Don't forget, he's an Olympic champion, so he can box. He's a tremendous boxer. He's a tremendous athlete. All right, he's had some bad nights, like we all have in boxing, and so has Chris Eubank. I mean, he's been comprehensively beaten from me off
George
Groves, and also Billy Joe Saunders, you know, in the earlier rounds. But he's not a super middle for me. He's not a super middle. So I'm going to go on that. I'm just that behold of him not finding his own identity, not really going where he needs to go in his boxing career. I think he needs to get down to middleweight, find the real Chris Eubank Jr. instead of strutting down like your dad all the time, who was a fabulous fighter, one of the toughest men on the planet. But Chris Eubank Jr. is Chris Eubank Jr. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to go for Degale on this.
Right, okay, and the final one, not been announced when or where, but Amir Khan against Terence Crawford.
Wrong fight. Don't take the fight. I won't have it.
He does take hard fights, doesn't he?
Listen, Amir, I admire him so much. I think again, he's been a tremendous fighter, you know, and his game was a badger. You know what I mean? He is. You can't take that away from him. But the thing is with Amir, when he steps up to big class like that, he never seems to deliver, and he hasn't seemed to deliver ever. The fight out there for me with him is Kell Brook. That fight is slowly but surely going by the wayside. It's looking like the horse has bolted for that fight.
Well, it looks like they're going to set Kell Brook up now with Liam Smith at some point now. Now he's just signed Liam Smith.
Well, that's another fight. We'll talk about that again. But let's talk about this fight with Amir. Amir should not be going in the ring with this Terence Crawford. No. He's got a phenomenal knockout record. He's a great boxer, great technician, great mover, great operator. He's just really good. And Amir will have a go, and he's got his speed, and you know, blah blah blah. But his speed eventually goes. He's never been a great knockout merchant. I really think, with my hand on my heart, you know, I hope he pulls it off, but I just can't see it. I just can't see it happening. So if that fight happens, which I hope it doesn't, You know, the Kell brought the fight for him. But obviously Crawford will win that fight all day long.
Nice one, Steve. Thanks for that, mate.
No worries, pal.
See you on. Bye.
Take it easy. Bye.